Hello, Scorpio. Maryann here, revealing light, tarot, astrology, and spirituality. Wherever you are in the world when you're watching, a huge shout out to you. Scorpio, I want to do your horoscope and taroscope for 2025. This is for your sun sign rising, or if your moon is in Scorpio or any other major planet, Venus or Jupiter in Scorpio, you might want to tune into this reading. It is a general reading though, so if it resonates, claim it. If not, come back to it later on in the year. It is supposed to be predictive, and events that I'm outlining may not have happened yet. So by all means, if it's not resonating, come back and check it out. The way that this reading will be working is we'll take a look at the New Year chart, where everything sits for Scorpio on the 1st, 2nd of January. Bearing in mind we've got some pretty major planetary changes in 2025. Jupiter is moving to Cancer on the 9th of June, Saturn to Aries on the 25th of May, Uranus to Gemini 7th of July, Neptune to Fire Aries on the 30th of March. So certainly when Jupiter moves into Cancer, I mean, we'll all feel those planetary movements, but when Jupiter moves into your sister water sign, you could have a year in 2025 where it's all about your feelings. I can see that in the horoscope, and we'll get to that in a minute. But it's you using your intellect and your feelings to really, even your psychic abilities, to hit many valid points, and you'll be recognized. She's right, or he's right. He said that and he was right. Or, you might get tapped on the shoulder to I don't know, to put together something to capture the mood or the feeling of a target group. There's something around your feelings and the way that you're using them this year, which is different from previous years. Let's have a look at that chart and get down to the basics. Now, I want to say about this chart, this is a general chart. It's not a substitute for a natal chart, which would consider your location of birth and your present location and the transits that would be affecting you. That isn't this chart. This chart is a very general chart, but I can look at themes and indications. We've set it to use Scorpio here in the first house of the zodiac, and so the ascendant here is Scorpio. So particularly Scorpio rising might find this of value also. Okay, so we have here, let's get started. I guess the thing that's jumping out to me is the grand trine between Fortuna, or the lot of fortune in Libra, in the 11th house of the group, of the networks, the collective, making a trine here to Jupiter in Gemini in your 8th house. The grand trine is further accentuated by, or the grand trine, the trine is further accentuated by the trine here from Jupiter to the moon in Aquarius in your 3rd house of communication, and of course another trine up to the lot of fortune. So there's something here around you're very uniquely placed, because Aquarius rules the 11th house. So we've got a lot of things more than just a grand trine. We've got some things that are resonating here, and to me this is around your communication, because Jupiter in Gemini in the 8th house is all about communication. In the 8th house, it's about endings and beginnings and transformations. So I think you're undergoing, and this is what I was alluding to when I first started this reading, a change in the way you communicate. It's almost as if your feelings have suddenly become very clear. It's like it's a bit of a revolution. It's like you've woken up and you feel like something major has changed within you. And it is it's going to impact in a good way on the way that you communicate, because we have here sitting in conjunction with the moon is Pluto, and Pluto is also making a trine to the South Node. And the South Node in Libra is letting go of the past. And so it seems to be some of the pieces in the jigsaw in relation to the past are falling into place. You've got an opportunity this year, Scorpio. Now, you are a very intense feeling sign. If you want to have a metaphor for Scorpio, think very deep sea, because your feelings are very deep and you hold on to them and you don't share them. But you're being encouraged in 2025 to let go of those feelings that have maybe held you back. And up until now, it hasn't been the right time because you haven't realized what those feelings are. And that's the thing with Pluto, the god of the underworld, in Aquarius. Aquarius is an air sign, bringing what's below the surface to the light. And I feel that you will be having, if you haven't already, Scorpio, some intense breakthroughs in the way that you're thinking, but more importantly, in the way that you're feeling. And so you're finding a greater equilibrium in 2025 with your feelings. Pluto is sextiling Neptune, in Pisces, and we see that both Saturn and Neptune will be moving into Aries in your fifth house of expression. And so this is a good time to talk about your dreams, your wishes, your goals, to express those with confidence. So I see a whole different you basically in 2025. I do want to mention Chiron, the wounded healer, and Hygeia, health or ill health, and Pallas, Eris, the goddess of war, all in Aries. I want to caution you against overwork, against running in too aggressively to anything really, because in Aries this is about taking the time to sort out what is in your identity that maybe has caused you to do those things, and to get to straighten those things out. And I do feel that you will. Neptune in Pisces is trining Mars in Leo in the ninth house for you. The Mars in Leo is a very individualistic placement. Mars assertiveness can even be aggressiveness because it is the god of war. In Leo is the expression of you, and that is opposing your Pluto in Aries Pluto in Aquarius in your third house. Be careful not to be too forceful in your opinions. Make sure that you bring everybody along with you. Now, we already know you've learned the hard way. We already know that you have some answers that other people don't have. But just be mindful that you catch more catch more bees or flies with honey than you do with anything else. So always temper your expression. Money. Sun in your second house in Capricorn, the money sign, and Mercury in Sag. There is you're going to be, if you haven't already, been given a fairly generous bonus at the end of the year, or to start the new year off. There is an accent on money for you there. Mercury in Sag is opposing the vertex of the chart. The vertex of chart in the eighth house is the point of destiny, and so our eighth house can also be other people's money as well. So I'm wondering if there is going to be a bit of a battle around money in some way, perhaps an extended relative's money or something like that. There seems to be some sort of battle looming around money. So I just want to say whether or not that transpires for you, this is a general reading. That could be there for some people. Could also be just being a little bit more, given the eighth house is also endings and beginnings, just being a little bit more prudent with your money. And Mercury and Sag, where are you investing it? Maybe it's time to take another look at your investments and make sure they're pretty sound and safe. Okay, what else do we have here? Pallas Athena down here, she gave wise counsel to the generals. She's known as a very wise goddess. And she is squaring Fortuna in Libra in the third house, again pointing to being careful about how you communicate in groups. You don't want to come off. You don't want to come off as knowing it all. So in whatever situation you're in, whether it's with community, family, work, temper your knowledge, because you've got a lot of knowledge and you've got a lot of wisdom and you've learned a lot about life and you've got a lot to bring to the table. But just and your communication is going to be very lucrative for you in 2025 in some way, whether it's to draw people into you, friendships into you, experience new groups, or paying off in the workplace. But just be humble. Be humble, Scorpio. Okay, well, let's get on to the cards and see what's coming up for you. I'm pulling an overarching Celtic cross for you, and then I'm also going to drill down quarter by quarter before we consult the oracle cards and get a spiritual dimension on this. So I'm looking for, well, let's see if I can get any clairvoyance. Sometimes this can be quite specific to people. Clairvoyance for Scorpio. Scorpio, there's a slingshot here. There's a possibility of you soaring, of you literally being slingshotted in some way. So ascending in some way, gaining gravitas, I feel. People recognizing your talents and abilities. There's something around that in 2025 for you. What else can you show me? Okay. Be mindful you don't go down old pathways. Finish with the past and put it to bed. Give it a good send off. You don't need to revisit the past again. Okay, Scorpio in. Okay, I feel that you have a protection. I'm seeing somebody with an umbrella over you, almost providing you with shade and shelter. You have protection around you, Scorpio, whether you know it or whether you don't. That could be with the universe, could be protecting you, could be a passed over loved one, but you have that protection there. All right, let's in 2025, and I think you've had it there for quite some time. Let's just take a look at the Celtic cross. All right, Scorpio in 2025. I'm using the Spellcaster Tarot, the Thoth to clarify, and the Mystical Shaman's Oracle later on. Okay, Scorpio, what's coming up for Scorpio in 2025? Scorpio in 2025. The Chariot. Things are going to take off. That's your year. And I do see that in your astrology. And a new start. Whoa, whoa, you Scorpio. Look at that. Goodness gracious. Reunions, family, coming together with people, friends and family. You could celebrate births and marriages. And, there's just a lot of coming back together here. Ill health, the Hanged Man, things stalling, that's in the past. That's in the past. I'm so pleased. And we get justice here. Fortuna, the lot of fortune in Libra. This is the Libran card that's crowning this reading. Wow. It's a good year for you. It's almost as if what you deserve finally comes to you. The Two of Cups could even be romance or reinvigoration of romance. Could be new contracts, for example, as well. That could happen fairly closely into the new year. Now, if you're feeling down or three cups have been lost, as I said, it's time to put the past to bed. That's how you're feeling now. And the Hierophant is the universe. The universe always has the last say. The universe is here for you and is going to make itself felt. Also, your spirituality. Don't forget that in 2025. And whatever way you express your spirituality, that is the environment around you in 2025. Queen of Cups in the hopes and fears, nurturing yourself. Be more, let it be more than a hope to nurture yourself. Make sure you concretely nurture yourself. And Three of Pentacles, yeah, chosen for your skill, working in teams and being chosen to work in a team because of the skill that you have. Good choices and bad choices, it's up to you. Are you going to make the good ones this year? And the Knight of Pentacles is going to be a lot more stable, a very stable year for you. A lot of clarity coming through at the base of the pack, the Ace of Swords for you. A new way of thinking, a new clarity, which is again also what I see in the horoscope, being very clear in the way that you're feeling. Okay, let's go quarter by quarter. So January, February, March, first quarter, April, May, June, second quarter, July, August, September, third quarter, October, November, December, fourth quarter. So I want 4 cards, please, for Scorpio. 4 cards for Scorpio. 4 cards, please, for Scorpio for each of the quarter of the year. 4 cards for Scorpio for each of the quarters of the year. First quarter, please. Show me first quarter. Happiness and celebration, friendships abound, first quarter. Something good's on its way for you. Second quarter. Show me second quarter for Scorpio in 2025. Okay, let's keep going. Third quarter, I'll get back to that. Third quarter in 2025 for Scorpio. The Ace wants to come out, as does the Four of Swords. And there's a protection there for you as well. Fourth quarter, please. Fourth quarter. Pardon me. King of Pentacles. All right. Business, money. That's how you've closed down the year. Fairly lucratively by the looks of it. So the first quarter, the Three of Cups. Three of Cups is about circles of support. It's about friendships. It's about happiness. Look at these people. They're just so happy they're about to fall into the water. Make sure you don't get carried away with yourself or with too much of a good time. Sort of stick to the straight and narrow. It's a difficult time of year, Christmas and New Year. We tend to overindulge. Make sure that you are very careful in what you're eating and drinking in that first quarter. But look, it's a good first quarter. People flock to you. All right, show me the first quarter, please, for Scorpio. We get the Wheel of Fortune. I don't have to pull any other card. You had the Lot of Fortune there. You are really going to be quite fortunate in some way in that first quarter. All right, let's have a look at the second quarter. Now you get the Hermit card here. This is a Virgo card, but it's introspection and reflection. It can be using the light of self to negotiate a darker period in life, but let's get some more clarity there. It's you being your own boss as well, your own counsel. We get strength. Oh, sorry, the Prince of Wands. Okay, moving forward with passion and stepping forward bravely and courageously. Show me the Hermit card, please. We get prudence, Eight of Pentacles, and indolence. Okay, so one more, the Ace of Dis. Okay, that could be as a result of something that's offered to you here. There could be a moving forward. You could be in a situation you haven't been in before, whether that's in work or in some other way. But just make sure you stick to your goals. If you're feeling isolated or alone in any way, take the time to work through things. And we get the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, this could be put into a different work situation for some, or you work in the community. It could be you have to fly solo for a little while. And if you get lonely, you could be tempted back into past habits or whatever. Don't. Stick to your guns. It is a year of achievement for you. Okay, now the Ace of Swords wanted to come out, which is clarity, and the Four of Swords, which can be ill health. But you have clarity in your health, and you see the wolf behind this woman is a protector for her, and so there is a protection here for some of you, and it could even be, overworking. It's like you've got the handle on, okay, what I must not do. I must not do the same things in the same way again, particularly where it jeopardizes my body, because the body pays a high price for our ambitions, our weaknesses, whatever. So it's about nurturing yourself and nurturing your body. And I think you've got good clarity around that. Show me the Ace of Swords, please. And we get here strength, and the Three of Wands, virtue. Again, another reminder, and the Four of Cups, luxury. Another reminder and the Sun, happiness, to soak in the happiness, because the sun is shining on you. But to do so fairly soberly, if I can just say that, to do so without falling into the same patterns that maybe have caused you grief in the past. I don't think you will. I think you've got great clarity around that in that third quarter. Now, you finished the year with the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles, of course, is the businessman, investment, wisdom as it relates to money. Let's have a look at the King of Pentacles, please. Why is the King of Pentacles here? And we get the Hermit. Interesting. Now that's a double Virgo card. And we get peace, the Three of Swords, peace after strife, and pleasure. So the Six of Cups, going back to the past. So, there could be, and the Three of Cups, abundance. There could be a return to any estrangements that you've had. There could be a return to solid relationships being on solid ground for you in 2025, particularly any that have been estranged. It's a good year. It's a good year for you, Scorpio. All right, let's have a look at spiritually what's happening for Scorpio spiritually. What's happening for Scorpio spiritually? What's happening for Scorpio spiritually? What is the counsel spiritually? It's important. It's an important part of your life, Scorpio. What is the counsel spiritually for Scorpio? So we have here the upper world spiritually. Connect in with the higher realms, Scorpio, this year. Check in with your intuition, your psychicness, your ancestors, the ancient ones. They're really going to help you in so many ways. And there's a rainbow here, beautiful rainbow, things working themselves out, wishes coming true, and the magic to be found. Oh God, what good cards. The magic to be found in the upper realms. It's when you live spiritually, you also live magically. And so notice the signs around you, because they are there. Now, as opposed to the lower world, there is an ascension process going on for you, Scorpio, in 2025. It's a beautiful process too. All right, that's your 2025 reading. Have a great year, and namaste, Scorpio.